My name is Jan BLAAKMEER. I'm working for the dry mortar company Saint-Gobain Weber BMX in the Netherlands. I'm responsible for research and development and deeply involved in 3D concrete printing. Today I want to show you a few of the projects that we did together with BAM, our partner with whom we own the print factory in the Netherlands. I will not go into detail on the factory nor on the mortar. For these details, see the paper in the Proceedings of DC 2020. This is my short agenda. I will show you a few iconic projects and then we're going into the economical viable projects, and I will end with some conclusions. When you look on the internet for 3D concrete printing, you will come across these kind of projects. So it's the office in Dubai, the castle printed by the Californian contractor, some X3 examples, etc. But I can tell you, these are not economical viable. Iconic projects, we did some of these as well. Here on the left you see the assembling of a girdle for a bridge. On the right you see Project Milestone. All the elements for the house in the very right of the picture have been printed. But the corner elements have such a high cantilever that we had to implement an extra wall as to balance the weight of the outside wall. So the extra wall plus the connections between the middle wall and the outer wall lead to a high amount of concrete. In the bottom you can see us handling one of these corner elements, weighing approximately 12 tons. Economical viable projects. Here you see an artist's impression of the railroad station in Driebergen-Zeist. Within the red circle you see trees and flower pots. The surroundings of the flower pots were supposed to be made in concrete, but casting that concrete and making the formwork was kind of difficult. So we decided, together with BAM, to print the formwork for these flower pots, and here you see us printing the formwork. Here it's put in place. You still see the support for preventing hydraulic pressures to push the formwork apart. Here we already solved that problem by putting anchors in the concrete during printing, and when we finally evaluated the printing of the formwork for casting the flower pots, we came to the following. So in total we printed 70 meters of formwork. It took us 3 days of printing. It took us about 2 hours installing and 1 hour for preparation before starting to install. The costs were comparable to traditional, but the benefits were that it was exactly according to plan. It was conform planning, and the effects on the building site were also very pronounced. We reduced the labor with about 80%, and the lead time for making these flower pots was reduced by 60%. Here you see the final situation. So the flower pots are in place, the trees are being planted, and the railroad station is in use. In the vicinity of the railroad station in Driebergen-Zeist there was also a waterway ending. And the artist's impression shows here a nice concrete element that ends the waterway, but to make the formwork, to make such a concrete element is not that easy. So also for this element we decided to see if we could print the formwork. And here you see the printed formwork, 2 elements put in place by a crane, filled with concrete and natural stone tiled on it, and here in the bottom you see the final situation. Another example of an economical interesting project is the stairs from the bus station in Amstelveen. Here we had to connect the lower and the upper platform with stairs, and we looked into the possibility of using printed stairs. We already had some experience with making stairs for reaching the railroad tracks when they are on a little dike, as you can see in this picture. So we decided it should be possible to print the stairs for this bus station as well. Here you have a view in the print factory with us printing the stairs. And on the bottom and the right you can see the stairs being put into place. In the beginning it took us a little bit more time to print the stairs, but when we got the hang of it and with the help of the parametric model, we are sure that we can make this economical viable as well. Another example I want to show you is the Sportoise Ruggeveld. That is a project from the Belgian construction company Van Roey, in which they're really building a sport complex. Here you see the artist impression from the swimming pool incorporated in that complex, and the construction company came to us with the question if we could print the molds for making these concrete walls. You see us printing the molds. We printed in total 148 elements. The right you can see the building site where the molds are being put into place. Here is how it looks now. The molds being installed, filled with concrete and ready to be tiled. Well, then some conclusions. Iconic projects, they are not economically viable, but they are necessary. They are necessary to stretch the limit of the technology and to draw attention to 3D concrete printing. Then, where is the money? Well, as I have shown before, in formwork, lost formwork, stairs, there is where the money can be found. Maybe in printing urban furniture, and especially if we have a parametric model to vary on the same theme, it's very easy to produce the objects. So there is where money can be made. Freedom of design, yeah, often it's said that the sky is the limit. Well, for 3D printing and concrete, that is stretched way too far. There, the sky is not the limit. Of course, as a researcher and developer, we still need to develop things like load-bearing structures. How do we deal with these? And on-site printing is something that we would like to have as well. Thank you for your attention and come and visit us in our print factory in Eindhoven, the Netherlands. Thank you.